So first up, getting people's attention. So the third thing that you need to do on a cold call is grab the attention of your potential partner, of course. Now you could do this by making a bold statement and grabbing their attention, but even if they can't speak with you right now, which is more likely the case, they're not going to want to book a meeting with you in the future either if you've been a real aggressive arsehole in this first bit of the conversation. So think of it like this. If I called you up out of the blue, it's very unlikely that you would want to not listen to anything I want to say and you're going to slam down the phone. That's unlikely. It's far more likely that you're going to respond in some way, right? You're going to try and respond in kind to the way that I've approached you at the beginning of this meeting, this phone call. So if I come at you super aggressively with my opening, you then are essentially open and enabled to be aggressive back to me. So what we need is a way to get someone's attention and control this initial response to frame up the rest of the conversation that it's two professionals having a conversation as opposed to one aggressive pesky salesperson trying to close a deal with some decision maker. The balance of that conversation is out. We need to rebalance it. So remember this, if a person doesn't know the other person that they're communicating with, they tend to respond in kind. This is wide into us all. Salespeople often forget this and they use cheesy or manipulative or gimmicky openings, which then produce, of course, as we're discussing here, a cheesy or gimmicky response in return. Essentially, to dumb this down, if you ask a stupid question, you're going to get a stupid answer. So if I ring a sales manager and say, hey, stop everything you're doing. Do you want to improve your sales team's performance? And I say this straight out the gate, they're likely to respond with, yes, of course. What a stupid question. And immediately I'd be on the back foot in the conversation as it's been framed up that I'm an amateur and pestering a pro. However, if I open my conversation with, do you currently use a sales success platform? Well, potential partners will respond immediately. Even if they're slightly unsure as what that actually means, perhaps they've got to stop and take a minute to think about it in real time. They're going to either come back with, what is a sales success platform, or no, but perhaps I'm interested to learn a little bit more. So using a classic example of cold calling, we would have, hi Will, do you currently have any life insurance? The person who ran the phone says, yes. Now, a bad next question would be, are you looking to change your provider? Because, of course, 9 times out of 10, people aren't in the buying zone right that second for renewing or changing insurance. And so the answer you're going to get most of the time is a big fat no, which kills the conversation. The conversation is going to die awkwardly, and one of the two individuals is going to hang up. Perhaps a better question to ask at this point would be to say, awesome, I'm curious. Why did you buy the life insurance that you did in the past? Which is far more likely to lead onto an immediate conversation or an objection which can be dealt with as well. Essentially, we keep the wheels turning. And you're going to be absolutely astonished at the number of sales professionals that ring up, get a response in kind to the question that they asked, and then of course get a swift no or immediately hung up on because they're just being idiots. They're acting like amateurs. When this happens, they don't even say goodbye. They don't even pitch for a little bit more of your potential partner's time, just a 3-second period, whatever it is. All it is click and they're done. And these are the idiots, fortunately, that you and I are competing with day in, day out. And remember, sales is a zero-sum game, right? So only one person gets the meal. Only one person gets the deal done and gets to feed their family with it. You can take that away from your competition by just asking like stupid questions to get your conversation started. So what is the best way to get a conversation started? Now, most people think that you've got to say something unique or provocative to get your potential partner's attention on a cold call. So for example, if I could show you XYZ, would you do 1, 2, 3? Don't do this. This builds mistrust. This is not how a high-level executive would ring up another high-level decision maker. This is not how Warren Buffett rings up Elon Musk and tries to manipulate him on the phone. Clearly, they're not going to. People at that level of the game are not making stupid statements like that. So let's get very practical here. At the very beginning of a call, all you have to say is, good morning, Mrs. Y, or Mr. X, or Barry, John, whatever it is. Don't overcomplicate this. Because ever since you were a child, you've been responding to your own name. So when you hear it yelled out in the middle of a crowded room, you respond. You always look over there. Your attention automatically gets flung towards it, subconsciously, whether you like it or not. There's always a filter running in your brain at all times that is searching for your name. So by starting the conversation, getting their attention via saying their name, and just setting it up as a framing it up as a friendly call rather than a combative one, you've set yourself up as a professional, as a high value individual rather than a pesky salesperson, and that's what you're going to get back in kind. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click subscribe, leave a comment below what you thought about the video and the content itself, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.